Starts here at Wrigley Field. He's been really good throughout his career.
And that one is in there. Got him. There's the kick changeup. And Frelick is frozen.
And that's going to be strike three.
What happens when a desperate team, with their backs against the wall, stares down their biggest rival in the heat of a pennant race? You get magic. You get drama. You get baseball at its absolute best. The nightcap of the doubleheader at Wrigley Field between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs wasn't just another game. It was a statement. Billed as a classic pitching duel, it turned into a slugfest of strategy, grit, and one of the most incredible defensive plays you'll see all season. Welcome to Baseball Extra, where we go beyond the box score. Today, we're breaking down the entire 40-minute story of how the Cubs fought for a crucial doubleheader sweep. We'll analyze every key at-bat, every strategic decision, and the moments that truly define this chapter in the fierce Brewers-Cubs rivalry. Stick around. You won't want to miss this. All right, let's set the stage. The Cubs had already taken Game 1. For the Brewers, Game 3 was about stopping the bleeding and reasserting their dominance in the NL Central. For the Cubs, it was a chance to land a massive blow and prove they are true contenders. The atmosphere at Wrigley was electric. On the mound, it was a fantastic matchup. The Cubs sent out Jameson Taillon, making his first start since late June. Getting him back healthy is a massive boost for their rotation. And for the Brewers, they handed the ball to their ace, Brandon Woodruff. When Woodruff pitches, the Brewers almost always win. Coming into this game, they had won every single one of his 7 starts, and his personal record was a sparkling 4-0 with a sub-3 era. So, on paper, advantage Brewers. But as we all know, the game isn't played on paper. Top of the first inning, and Jameson Taillon takes the mound looking to set the tone. He starts strong, getting the first 2 outs efficiently. It looks like a quick, confidence-building inning. But this is where the Brewers' offense, even with 2 outs, can be so dangerous. Sal Frelick steps in, and Taillon freezes him with a beautiful changeup for a called strike 3. Frelick never even took the bat off his shoulder. 1, 2, 3, right? Not so fast. William Contreras, serving as the designated hitter in this game, comes to the plate. Taillon challenges him with a high fastball, a pitch designed to get a pop-up or a weak fly ball. But Contreras is a professional hitter. He gets on top of it and smacks a line drive right back up the middle for a clean single. That right there is how you start a 2-out rally. It wasn't a powerful shot, but a smart piece of hitting that put the pressure right back on the pitcher. With a man on, Christian Yelich steps in. Taillon, perhaps a bit rattled after giving up the 2-out hit, loses his command. He can't find the strike zone and ends up walking Yelich on 4 straight balls. Suddenly, what looked like an easy inning has turned into a real threat. The Brewers have runners on first and second with 2 outs. This brings Andrew Vaughn to the plate. Vaughn has been swinging a hot bat, with hits in the first 2 games of this series. The tension is palpable. The Cubs need 1 more out. The Brewers are looking to strike first. Taillon works to count to 2 strikes, putting Vaughn in a hole. But this is where Vaughn shines. With his back against the wall, he protects the plate, shortens his swing, and serves a line drive into center field. It drops for a base hit. Contreras, who got the rally started, rounds third and scores easily. The Brewers have manufactured a run out of thin air, and the traveling Milwaukee fans at Wrigley Field are making their voices heard. An incredible piece of 2-out hitting from Andrew Vaughn delivers a massive RBI, and the Brewers take a 1-0 lead. Taillon manages to strike out the next batter to end the inning, but the damage is done. The Brewers showed their resilience, and Brandon Woodruff was handed a lead before he even threw a pitch. Now, it's Brandon Woodruff's turn. With a 1-0 lead, the mission is simple: put up a 0 and keep the momentum. But the Cubs' offense came out swinging, ready to answer back immediately. They quickly get runners on first and third with only 1 out. The tying run is just 90 feet away, and the go-ahead run is on base. This is a critical early test for Woodruff. The batter is the young Pete Crow Armstrong. Woodruff knows he needs a strikeout here to keep the runner at third from scoring on a productive out. And he delivers. Woodruff reaches back and elevates a fastball, perfectly placed, blowing it right by Crow Armstrong for a huge second out. That's ace-level stuff right there. Pure power in a high-leverage situation. But the inning isn't over. The Cubs still have runners at the corners. The batter is Carson Kelly. Woodruff, feeling the adrenaline, challenges him. He paints the outside corner with a 95-mile-per-hour fastball for a called strike 3. Kelly is frozen. The inning is over, and Woodruff escapes the jam. He bends, but he doesn't break. He puts up a 0 on the board, and the Brewers maintain their 1-0 lead. A masterful escape from a tough situation. Into the second inning we go, and the Cubs' offense was just getting started. Nico Hoerner leads off and immediately gets on base. His speed is a constant threat, and everyone in the ballpark knows he's looking to run. The rookie, Owen Casey, steps up. Casey is already having a day to remember, having hit his first career big league home run in Game 1 of the doubleheader. The kid is feeling it. As the pitch comes in, Nico Hoerner takes off for second. The throw is late, and Hoerner has his 23rd stolen base of the year. The Cubs have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Woodruff is now in another high-pressure spot, and Casey makes him pay. He rips a line drive into left field for a base hit. Hoerner, with his elite speed, rounds third and scores easily. The rookie delivers again. Owen Casey gets the RBI, and just like that, we have a tied ball game at 1-1. The Cubs' offense kept coming. Michael Busch, a power threat with 24 homers on the season, steps up. He smashes a ball down the right field line. It hits the wall and kicks away, creating chaos. The runner, Casey, is being waved around third. He's chugging for home. The throw comes in, but it's not in time. Casey scores, and Michael Busch has an RBI double. In a flash, the Cubs have taken a 2-1 lead. The dugout is fired up, and Wrigley Field is rocking. Woodruff was clearly fighting his command in this inning. He managed to get a couple of strikeouts to finally end the frame, but it was a taxing, difficult inning for the Brewers' ace. The Cubs' offense showed their fight, putting 2 runs on the board to take the lead. After that explosive second inning, both pitchers settled into a groove. This is where the game truly became the pitching duel we were all expecting. Jameson Taylor, for the Cubs, was magnificent. After that rocky first inning where he gave up the run, he completely locked it down. He retired 6 Brewers in a row, finding his rhythm and attacking the strike zone. At one point, he had set down 7 straight Milwaukee hitters. His ability to bounce back after a tough start was impressive and exactly what the Cubs needed to hold their newfound lead. He was efficient, he was effective, and he kept the powerful Brewers lineup completely off balance through the middle innings. We head to the bottom of the 5th, and the question was how much longer the Brewers would stick with Brandon Woodruff. He had thrown a lot of pitches and hadn't looked like his dominant self. The decision was made to send him back out, and the Cubs made him work for every out. Seiya Suzuki leads off, and Woodruff gets him with a fantastic breaking ball for strikeout number 6. A great start to the inning. But then, things started to unravel. After another batter reached base, that was the end of the day for Brandon Woodruff. He battled hard, going 4 1/3 innings, but he just didn't have his best stuff. The Brewers turned to their bullpen, bringing in Aaron Ashby to face Carson Kelly with a runner on first and 2 outs. Kelly gets a base hit to left, and suddenly the Cubs have 2 runners on with 2 outs. The inning is alive, and the ever-dangerous Nico Hoerner is coming to the plate. This is a huge moment in the game. A chance for the Cubs to add a crucial insurance run. Hoerner, a clutch performer, hammers a fastball right back through the middle of the diamond. It's a clean base hit. The runner from second comes all the way around to score. It's an RBI single for Nico Hoerner, and the Cubs extend their lead to 3-1. That run was charged to Woodruff, closing the book on a tough outing for the Brewers ace. The Cubs brought in Justin Turner to pinch hit, looking to blow the game wide open, but Ashby induced a ground ball to end the inning. Still, the damage was done. Nico Hoerner's clutch 2-out hitting gives the Cubs a 2-run cushion. Jameson Taylor came back out for the top of the 6th, and he continued his masterful performance, retiring the side in order. That capped off 6 incredible innings of work for Taylor. After the first inning, he was nearly untouchable, giving his team a chance to build a lead. Fantastic return to the mound for him. Now, let's go to the bottom of the 6th. The Cubs are looking for more. Rookie Matt Shaw steps up to the plate. He crushes a ball down the left field line. It's a fair ball, and it rattles off the wall. Shaw, a speedster, rounds second and turns on the Jets, heading for third. The throw comes in, but Shaw slides in safely with a triple. An incredible hustle play from the rookie to put himself 90 feet from home. The next batter hits a bouncing ball to the right side of Field. Shaw, seeing the play develop, breaks for home on contact. It was a perfect jump. The throw comes to the plate, but Shaw dives in head first, safe. An aggressive, smart piece of base running manufactures another run for the Cubs. It's now 4-1 Chicago, and the Brewers are in deep trouble. All right, we're in the top of the 7th inning, and this is where the game reached its absolute peak. This is one of those MLB highlights you'll be seeing for weeks. The Brewers, down 4-1, are not going down without a fight. They managed to get runners on first and third with only one out. The tying run is now at the plate. The Brewers are one swing away from making this a whole new ball game. The pressure is immense. A fly ball is hit to medium deep right field. Kevin Castro, who had just entered the game for defensive purposes, charges in. He makes the catch for the second out. The runner from third, Taggart, decides to tag up and try to score. It looks like a standard sacrifice fly, but Kevin Castro had other ideas. He sets his feet and unleashes an absolute missile to home plate. It was a perfect throw, a laser beam on a fly, right into the catcher's mitt. Taggart is out by a mile. A stunning double play to end the inning. The crowd at Wrigley goes insane. What a throw. That wasn't just a run-saving play. It was a soul-crushing, momentum-killing masterpiece. Castro's defensive brilliance single-handedly ended the Brewers' biggest threat of the game. An absolutely unbelievable play that sealed Milwaukee's fate. After the emotional high of Castro's throw, the energy was completely on the Cubs' side. The Brewers' bats were silenced in the 8th inning. We head to the 9th. The Cubs bring in their closer, Andrew Kittredge, to nail it down and complete the sweep. He takes the mound, cool and composed. He gets the first out, then the second. Finally, a ground ball is hit to Michael Busch at first base. He fields it cleanly, steps on the bag, and that's it. Ball game over. The Cubs win 4-1. The celebration begins as the Cubs complete the doubleheader sweep of their division rivals. A massive, statement-making victory at home that tightens the race in the National League Central. So, what did we learn from this incredible game? We saw the resilience of the Chicago Cubs, answering back immediately after falling behind. We saw standout performances from their rookies, Owen Casey and Matt Shaw, who came up with huge hits. And we witnessed a game-changing, all-time great defensive play from Kevin Castro. This was a total team victory and a perfect example of the fire that fuels the Brewers-Cubs rivalry. For the Brewers, it was a frustrating end to a long day. Their ace didn't have his best stuff, and they just couldn't get the big hit when they needed it most, especially in that pivotal 7th inning. They still hold a lead in the division, but this sweep proves the Cubs are right on their heels. What a game. What a series. This is the kind of baseball we live for here at Baseball Extra. What was your favorite moment from the game? Was it the clutch hitting from the rookies or Castro's unbelievable throw? Let us know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive breakdown, do us a favor and hit that like button. And make sure you subscribe to Baseball Extra for more in-depth baseball content. We'll see you next time.